folks. Oh man, so I tried to do this yesterday and I was like prepared and I wrote out a little script-ish, like talking points and maybe too much in the talking points. And oh my God, that was brutal. I tried to cut that video together and it was just bad. So we're gonna try again today. We are definitely gonna try again today. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was my why. Why am I so passionate about this? Why do I want to make these videos? Why do I care so much? Part of it is because of my success in turning my health around, and another part of it is my frustration with what we've been told for decades in how to be healthy and lose weight. And it's all wrong. So everything that we've been told is completely backwards and upside down. So we've been told that it's all about calories in, calories out, eat less, move more. Sorry about the dings. Eat less, move more. Or you just automatically gain weight because you're getting older. And that's not the truth. That's not true at all. I lost 45 plus or minus pounds in menopause. So, and I'm getting older by the minute and it was effortless. So I want to talk about that with people, and I want people to understand that getting healthy and weight loss is driven by something so much more than just quantity of food. Sugar is not a benign substance. It is highly addictive. It lights up the same areas in the brain as heroin and other drugs. It's incredibly hard to give up, and you go through an actual withdrawal from it. We've also been told repeatedly that we should be eating heart-healthy whole grains. It's literally the base of the food pyramid and a huge chunk of my plate, both of which are bullshit. These grains and sugar actually are exactly what is destroying our health. We've been told that fat is bad and carbs are good. That's the exact opposite of the truth. Carbs are bad, fat is good. Fat's been demonized, and now studies have shown that saturated fat is not a bad thing and has no impact on your heart health. But does anybody say anything about that? No, it's all we don't want to tell anybody that we fucked up and we made a mistake. The huge push for eating heart-healthy whole grains, I think, has a lot to do with the fact that America's top 3 crops are soybeans. America's top 3 crops are soybeans, corn, and wheat. And if it came out that those are the things that are making us so sick, there's a lot of corporations that are going to be losing a ton of money, and they're never going to let that happen. Never. There's no way that the FDA is going to say that these highly profitable crops are killing us. So what can we do about this as individuals? I mean, each individual person can't go up against the government on their own, and most people don't even really want to. But you can take charge of your own health. And Archie, how do we do that? I'm going to tell you. That people don't know that having chronically high insulin is what is causing your weight and varying states of disease in people. So like I said, once you know that, if you still choose to eat the carbs and you still choose to eat the bread and the cookies and the cake and the bagels and all that stuff, that's fine. But my mission is really to have people understand that eating these simple carbohydrates are really what is killing us, honestly. So when insulin levels are high, we store fat. And when insulin levels are low, we burn fat. That's it. That's basic biology. This is basic biology. This isn't just something that just works for Margie. This is how humans operate. This is our operating system. So what drives our insulin levels? It is the amount of carbohydrates that we eat and the frequency at which we eat them. We have been told to eat several small meals a day and eat all these heart-healthy whole grains, and sugar is benign, and every one of those statements is 100% false. But the cool thing is knowing this, now you have the key. You have the key to what I call aging in reverse. Because when you adopt this way of eating, the weight comes off, you automatically start to move more, you feel better, you look better. I mean, having high insulin affects every single cell in your body, whether you are classified as a diabetic or not. I was never diagnosed as a diabetic. I absolutely 100% was. I had, my blood sugar was always in check. That's the wrong thing that doctors are looking for. They should be checking your insulin levels. I didn't even mean to get into all this, but here we go. If your insulin levels are high, that means it's keeping your blood sugar in check for now. When your cells start to get resistant to insulin, that's when your blood sugar starts to creep up, and that's when you're finally diagnosed with diabetes. And by then, it's not too late. You can still turn that around, but by then, so much damage has been done, and it all could have been avoided. Okay, so get back on track. We have the power, we have the control, we have the key now. All you have to do is eat less carbs. You don't have to move more, you don't have to go to the gym, you don't have to work out every spare minute of your free time. Working out is good. I'm not against exercise, although I don't do it nearly enough, but that's not the key to weight loss. The key to weight loss is keeping your insulin down. The key to keeping your insulin down is to reduce your carbohydrates. The easiest and the best way to reduce your carbohydrates, that is a very hard word to say when you're getting all passionate about stuff, is to stop eating grains and sugar. You can eat vegetables. Vegetables are carbohydrates. I don't want to say that you shouldn't eat that, although do you need to eat them? No, human beings do not have a requirement to eat carbohydrates. There are no essential carbohydrates. There are essential fats, there are essential proteins. You do not need to eat carbohydrates to live. If you want to be completely carnivore, you probably have the best health that you could ever wish for. I happen to love vegetables, so I eat them. I also happen to love butter, so I put a bunch of butter on my vegetables, so it's all good. So the point I'm trying to make is that having this knowledge and having that key, you have the power, you have the control, and I think that is so exciting. You can take back your health. It's all in your control now. Another thing I want you to know is that this is not just a weight thing. This is chronically high insulin levels drives chronic disease. And what do I mean by chronic disease? I have to read this because I will forget. And this isn't all of them because the list is ridiculously long. So the quote that I heard from Professor Ben Bikman is, "To varying degrees, insulin resistance is a fundamental part of most chronic diseases." Truth. Like diabetes, heart disease, asthma, arthritis, high blood pressure, IBS, MS, ED, lupus, Crohn's, psoriasis, all kinds of skin issues. The skin tags that people have, that's part of it too. The list is so long, and there's so many people suffering with this. That's what drives me nuts, when it is so easy to change and to correct. Did you guys know that Alzheimer's is being called type 3 diabetes now? Another thing that no one ever talks about either is that behavioral issues and anxiety and depression and mental health issues are intimately related to your insulin levels. So many people have gotten off their antidepressives or have reduced their anxiety by changing their diet and getting rid of those highly inflammatory foods that we've been eating that keep our body in a state of fight or flight, because people are concerned about the fact that they have kids and their kids won't eat these foods. Well, what I want to say is that you, as a parent and for yourself, can lead by example. Grains and sugars are equally as bad for little people too, so you might want to start working them. You're not doing them any favors by letting them eat all that shit. I understand it, but what I'm saying is I know this is a very touchy subject, but the bottom line is that little humans and big humans should all be eating a proper human diet. We'll just leave it at that. Don't be less than the best version of yourself just to keep the peace in the house. Just because little person wants to eat cookies and stuff all the time doesn't mean you have to. And it also doesn't mean you have to allow it, but you work that out. That's none of my business. But I'm saying little humans and big humans should all be eating a proper human diet. So again, the goal of these videos and these conversations is that I just want people to understand the human biology, that insulin is what's driving our metabolic disorders. Insulin is at the root of our metabolic disorders, including being overweight. And once you know this, you can start making better decisions. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you eat too much. It's because you're eating the wrong things. And I just want everybody to have that freedom. It's empowering to know that now, oh, okay, now that I get this, I'm back in control. Do I think that we all should eat exactly the same thing? No, I don't think that. Each human can operate at a different level of carbohydrate intake. Mine is, I would say it's low to moderate. I don't really pay attention anymore, but I try to keep my carbs at 50 grams or under. I don't measure stuff. I just eyeball it, and I don't eat any, shitty processed food, and I don't eat sugar. So that right there just takes so much stuff out of the equation. It just makes it so much easier. I don't eat a ton of vegetables, but when I do, I enjoy them. I eat the ones that I like. I put a bunch of butter on them, and I have fatty cuts of meat with them. Some people can't do that. Some people have to, in order to get healthy or to lose weight or whatever, they have to go completely carnivore. Some people want to go completely carnivore. That's absolutely fine. That's probably the healthiest diet that you can eat. If you're eating whole, real foods, and what do I mean by that? I wonder if my stomach growling is getting picked up here. If you eat whole, real foods and eliminate processed foods and sugar and grains, you're going to be doing so much better for yourself. I am extremely popular today. I don't even know what's happening here. Next time but I use my phone for my camera. I'm like, oh my God, am I even recording? Yes. I just want to share a quote with you from Dr. Eric Westman. He is a low-carb doctor and a leader in this industry, I guess is a good way to put it. The impacts and improvements are so unbelievable that you don't believe it. And that is so true. That just sums it up, especially for my N=1 experiment. So if you decide to take back your health and eliminate grains and sugar, your health is going to dramatically improve. If you are on high blood pressure medications or are diabetic or any medications, keep an eye on things, particularly blood pressure and diabetes medications. You will likely have to have those medications adjusted down, and it could be quite quickly. So just know that, you know, I'm just Margie Doer. I'm just trying to make a difference here and share my story. So work with your doctor. And if your doctor isn't down with you trying this style of eating, find a different doctor. Because there is nothing more important than your health. And I don't think it's ever too late to take your health back. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. Where do I see this channel going? My goals are to empower, inform, and inspire. So if you have any ideas of things that you would like to see me do in relation to a low carb, getting healthy kind of thing, or if you have questions, leave them in the comments below and I will see what I can do about answering. Well, I will answer them, but I'll see what I can do about maybe doing some future videos on things that interest you. I'm thinking about doing some cooking. That's a little tricky when it's one person by themselves with, I don't know. I'll give it a shot though. I mean, if I suck, I suck, whatever. I am very interested in sharing low carb swaps for high carb situations that we're used to, such as spaghetti, lasagna, rice, what else? I was just talking about this last night with a friend. Oh, mac and cheese. So that is something that I'm probably going to try to do. If there's interest in that, I don't see how there couldn't be. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know your thoughts about what you would like to see. Okay, be healthy. Peace.